Hello everyone, welcome back to Starship Creator. If you recall, last time we were in the process of building an Excelsior-class ship, but we ran out of credits before we could finish. So in the intervening time, I managed to install enough basic systems to get the USS Jitse spaceworthy and send her on a few missions to earn some credits to put in the rest of the systems we would need. So we should be ready to go in that department. So let's go check out the crew I picked for this new ship.
Processing.
We'll start out with the crew complement. And since we see here that it includes 15% civilians, and as you probably know by now if you've been following these videos, I like to remove any civilian personnel from Starfleet ships, since I think that's honestly a terrible idea. So we use that 15% to build up some of our other divisions on the ship. For example, let's say we want to put some more into support, which I believe includes the medical personnel. So we can start out by moving 5% from civilian to there. There we go. Now, maybe security could use a little bit more as well. Put 5% more in security. Oops, a little bit too much. These are very sensitive, as you can tell. One of these days I'll get it at 5. See, can I do it this way? There we go. And okay, so there's our 20% security. And let's throw an extra 5% in command division as well. And there we go. I think we're set. Now let's go take a look at the command crew.
Officers assigned to this vessel.
Now, as you can see, one of the glitches with this version of the program is that the crew pictures and bios are not showing up properly. So I'll just go over briefly the officers I selected for this crew. I picked generally some lesser known characters, or in case the characters have some kind of connection to lower decks. At Captain, we have Elizabeth Shelby. She recently popped up in an episode. For engineer, we have Torek. He was a Vulcan officer in the TNG episode Lower Decks. And likewise, Sito Jaxa was a Bajoran, followed by Samuel Lavelle, the command officer from that same episode. For first officer, we have our transporter duplicate Thomas Riker. Science officer Melora Paslar, who was officer in an episode of DS9, who had to get around with the use of a wheelchair since she was from a low-gravity planet. Chief Medical Officer Nurse Ogawa, and finally, as counsel, I picked Tom Paris because if he's important enough to have a commemorative plate made after him, he can probably give some good advice. With all that said, let's go check out some missions with our Excelsior class. We'll start out with a relatively simple mission to examine a nearby anomaly and collect some information about it to see whether or not it poses any danger. Uh-oh. Structural integrity field is already taking some damage. We're going to be launching a probe into the anomaly to examine it. Inverse polarity graviton field detected. Note to the Admiral, we have detected a region of severely distorted gravity. Advise that no vessel proceed into this area. Uploading coordinates. Noted. Thanks for the alert. And I guess that concludes this mission, so we'll just go ahead and stay there pending our next assignment. Well, that was a relatively easy 10,000 credits. Next, let's try something a little bit more complicated. For our next mission, the USS Jitse is going to be running a diplomatic escort, picking up some delegates and taking them to a peace conference. One of the drawbacks of this original version of the game is that it has much fewer missions to choose from. So I believe we've done this one before, but we're going to check it out and see how our Excelsior does with its mission objectives. We should be arriving at the first planet shortly. Hopefully we'll be able to make our guest as comfortable as possible. It's going to cruise on in here any moment now. There we go. We've arrived at Sirius 4 to pick up the first diplomatic party. The ambassador seems to be agitated. He's claustrophobic. That's not good. Thankfully, we have a Navajo Southwest program. Those should fit the bill. Now we're heading for Lara 3 for the next delegation. Okay, we've arrived in standard orbit. We have the second delegation. Uh-oh, we've been found by hostile forces. But we're just going to continue on to the peace conference. I don't know where the hostile forces went, but we're just going to continue on our way. We've made it to Lara 3. Hopefully the conference will go smoothly so we can bring a new member into the Federation. Uh-oh, they're not going well. The tension is rising. I'm practically on the edge of my seat. Oh, we're getting some agreement, and we were able to persuade them to join the Federation. Yay. I think remaining there until the next mission is a good idea. Yay, another 10,000 credits. Congratulations, USS Jitse. Another successful mission. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up there for today. But I thank you once again for joining me, and I hope you have a blessed day.